St Mary's Church, Hitchin, the scene for a spectacular display of wedding dresses and flowers. The event took place over a weekend in June 2016. The funds raised were to be shared between St Mary's Church and the Philip Veale Children's Centre at Gomani in Malawi. The church was beautifully decorated, with flower arrangements and wedding dresses, as well as other wedding-related items such as photographs and this kneeler. The weekend started with a gala preview evening on Friday. There were drinks and canapés. It started with a peal on the bells from St Mary's Band of Ringers. The evening was introduced by TV presenter Pam Rhodes. St Mary's Choir gave a short recital. There was a raffle, more food, and then it was time to look at the wedding dresses. The oldest dress on display was this one from the 1890s, worn by Alice Hornblower. Her mother wore this black dress, apparently not unusual for the time, as this photograph from the same era shows a bride in a black dress. Moving into the 20th century, this Edwardian dress, loaned by the museum, uses lace and whitework panels sewn together by hand. On now to the 1930s. Dorothy Robertson's dress is shown, along with her shoes. Two more from the 1930s. There were photos of the groom and bridesmaid, and the bride with her father. Wartime brides had to make do and mend. This dress, lent by the museum, is made from parachute silk. Many a wartime groom was in uniform. The one in this wedding in 1946 was still in the Navy, as can be seen from the memorabilia displayed. Yvonne Milner was a model in the House of Worth in Paris, so the dress at her wedding in 1953 was in the highest fashion of the day. Moving on now to dresses from the late 50s and early 60s. The organisers of the festival, Margaret Kinmaung and Lois Veale, wore these dresses for their weddings in the mid-1970s. And this stylish number, complete with hat and shoes, dates from 1976. Alaine Cliff was keen to show off her dress in the picture from 1985. The afternoon sun made it look as if it was illuminated from inside. Sukhvinder Kaur wore this beautiful Indian dress on the second day of her wedding celebrations in 1988. 1991 saw Deborah English wear this dress with rose decorations. Rachel Baginal wore this silk dress at her wedding in 1998 at Letchworth Quaker Meeting House. Into the new century now, with Pam Gunner's dress and shoes from 2006. Nearly up to the present with Rebecca Kiff's dress from 2013. And this gorgeous Indian dress worn by Sanjeek Shergill in the same year. This dress is a modern recreation of the style of wedding dress popular in the 1920s. One of the newest dresses, but from the oldest wedding, is this costume from the 2015 BBC production of Wolf Hall, Anne Boleyn's dress was made for her wedding in 1533. It was kindly loaned by Sand Films Costumes. There were other items of wedding memorabilia. Claire Arends made her own wedding dress from a pattern while she was still at college, and printed her own invitations. St Mary's was open all weekend for viewing of the dresses and flowers. There were tours of the tower, more food and tea. There were musical recitals. From the young and not so young. Let's hear some excerpts now. As a finale, here's an impression of the multitude of flowers that decked the interior of St Mary's, accompanied by St Mary's Choir, singing John Rutter's setting of For the Beauty of the Earth.